Good afternoon, friends. I'm Jenna Amberge. I'm the assistant director here at Sky Lake, and I'm coming to you on this mini hike today, Tuesday, October 13th. And I'm starting the hike here on the west shore. If you'll see behind me, some of the buildings of West Shore, our camp store, program storage area, the Chauncey Dining Hall, and the bathhouse. And we're going to start, because it's drizzling a little bit, a little rainy today. I thought I would start up on the path and go down through the woods, and depending on how the rain front goes through today, this afternoon, how much rain we'll get, my goal is to end up with a view from the lake through the trees, but here are some of the colors that have been happening this week. The Golden Roadway, as I call it, William Law Road, lost some trees between some of the rain that we got yesterday and overnight. And this is a view of the West Shore area, which, as many of you know, has been pretty quiet this year, but it is still beautiful and glorious to see all of the colors from the maples and other trees scattered amongst the pines. So we're going to go down this near path. Look at the beautiful yellows. I love the blends of the colors. But we're going to go down the path here that leads through the cabins. So our hike will be a little bit about, I thought about memory lane, so to speak. The reflections on the campfire message that Matt shared Sunday, and the beatitude that he asked us to reflect upon this week, that of being a peacemaker. So this is a path that leads to two of the cabins. There's A1 off to our right, and we're going to split between A2 and cabin A3. And over yonder are 4 and 5. But this is always a beautiful area between the pine needles, the mixture of the pine needles and the colorful leaves. I like to take a picture, a still shot, and use it as my background sometimes on my computer. Look at that blend of color. I think about how God has set nature up with this sort of view most of the time, with that nature can live together and be together and find ways to work together and be glorious and beautiful. Can't we find ways to do that? It's one of the things I thought about as he talked about being a peacemaker, and how we at camp find ways to do that and show ways to do that. This setting environment is such a perfect place for that. We have to live in community with each other. We learn to figure out where our gifts are. And share those gifts and use those gifts to help better the lives of ourselves as well as each other. You remember what building this is? McKown Lodge, our program resource space here on the West Shore. And I just went past. In your memories, the top side of the Lane of Silence. You walk through the woods down to the lake trail. And as we continue around McKown Lodge, come upon the Lane of Shalom. Another path leading down to the lake trail. So as we are approaching the lakeside here of McKown Lodge, I think of some of the different things that we do in our search for becoming peacemakers here at camp. Matt talked about some are builders. Down below this campfire circle area is an example of builders as they built a lean-to shelter and learned how to do that so that they might provide a place for people to be safe from the elements. Standing here amongst the campfire pit makes me think of times when we've made cookout meals and shown ways and how we can prepare a meal out of doors for those who need nourishment to continue to thrive. This porch of McKown Lodge down in the far table shows you the remnants of one of the examples Matt talked about of doing tie-dyeing. This is a favorite place to do that. Think about the experiences you've had here at camp in tie-dyeing and how you reacted to the creations that you made. As I pan out, I think about some of the activities and actions that we have done to help here at Sky Lake. A couple of years ago, this corner of McKown had part of that tree that you see in front of you fall and land on top of the roof and on the deck here. And we had a work party of volunteers that came and helped remove them and to make it a beautiful space to dwell. Can you hear the rain? I'm going to bring you inside. One last thing to think about. It's so dark in here, I'm going to go across to our lights. At Sky Lake, we're accepting of each other and their gifts as this building has the stage there where we often don't have a talent show. And when I say talent, it's what you want to share with your friends. Something that you're very comfortable in being able to share, whether it's a song, whether it's being involved in a skit to demonstrate a message of hope and kindness. This is the place that we've done that. So our hike today has been down memory lane along with the lane where the colors in the beautiful, peaceful time to be here at Sky Lake. Thank you for joining me today. And remember that piece of scripture from Matthew 9 of the Beatitudes. You're blessed when you can show people how to cooperate instead of compete or fight. That's when you discover who you really are and your place in God's family. Blessed are the peacemakers. Bless your day. Have a wonderful week. Join us again on Thursday for our second hike around Sky Lake. Also, don't forget to make your order in our online store for our bake sale with pickup this Saturday. The deadline to order is 2 o'clock on Thursday. Have a blessed day.